The children are dead. You must grieve and I must speak. Hercules almost effortlessly tore the door off his hinges and with a single shot killed his wife and son. And there he sleeps, completely unaware that he has slaughtered his sons and his wife. Of all the men of the world, no one is more cursed than Hercules.
But the line that stood out to me was the part about being a slave to your own fate. And I think that part to me is something that as a person I struggle with, right? It's like imposter syndrome all the time, that nothing good should ever happen to you because of the zip code you grew up in, because of the kind of schools you grew up in, because of the things you've committed in the past. And I think for me, that was the most powerful truth, that line alone.
You are still my son, though you have done unspeakable evil. What invisible sickness has infected your mind? Has the blood of the men you have slain driven you mad?
I've lost my bearings. I don't know where I am. Help me! Oh, help me, friends! I'm completely lost.
It was a great illustration of trauma, PTSD, kind of how when you have harmed or been harmed or caused harm, to understand the world around you, you need to simplify it.
You know, just thinking about Hercules and thinking about his strength and always having his weapons on him, you know, and always having to be, you know, on. He's cursed. In every space he's in, he's always on. And after I speak to a lot of my young people, a lot of them feel that way. A lot of them go to parties with weapons.
And what we believe is violence begets violence. As Hercules went in there and tried to take back his home from someone who legitimately took his home and took his kingdom while he was away, he used violence to do so. And because of that violence affected him. So, you know, the play, even though it was written so long ago, it still touches base today of how violence can affect those individuals. People act out on that violence when it happens.
A mortal cannot pollute the gods.
I have been cursed by the gods, and you should run as fast as you can from my unholy pollution.
Curses cannot pass from friend to friend.
Thank you, sir. I will never regret saving you that day.
Nor will I forget your kindness. And that is why I am here, standing by your side.
You wish to stand alongside a man who murdered his own children.
I wish to weep at your side in reverence of what you have lost.
I think the last part that really just stood out was obviously the friendship piece. That no matter how many people that are against you, there's always that one person, whether it be a family member, a friend, or just someone that you spoke to on your way somewhere that can change your entire trajectory.
A lot of us credible messengers, I guess, we are credible for some things that society deems reprehensible. Because I've been in that situation where you have some friends who've done some things, and the only ones they can depend on is the people who are victims of that same struggle. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, okay. Because I remember being in houses where guys come and the clips, the gun's still smoking. And this is what I just did, so what do? And I said, well, just make your burden my burden, and let's see how we can, you know, remedy this situation.
And what really rang true about the story was that Hercules' circumstances, where he was born, what he was born into, whether it's institutional racism or whether it's institutionalized prejudice or anything outside in, right? His friends still gave him the chance to restart. The strength that it takes to forgive ourselves and move on, and to allow ourselves to be forgiven and move on. That's the part where I was like, oh, I see why this story had to be told by these people at this time and in this framework.